exchange. But let's now talk about the primary market, which has been extremely active. IPOs worth over 20,900 crores have hit the market, and in fact IPOs worth over 43,000 crores are still awaiting approval from SEBI. To discuss this and more, we have Pranav Haldia, who is the MD of Prime Database, joining in and to give us some statistics. Pranav, hi, welcome to the show. Well, if you could start by giving us a pipeline that we could expect in terms of IPOs for the remaining months of this year.
Well, like you said, let's talk firstly about the year, the last 6 months. We're almost at the end of the, half of the financial year. And we've now seen, 28 IPOs thus far, raising close to 25,000 crores in the last 6 months. Of course, if I were to compare it with last year, same period, you had just 14 IPOs, but they raised 35,456 crores, but that included the mega LIC IPO. So that also needs to be kept in mind. You've basically always seen that, primary market activity follows the secondary market activity. And, like you've seen over the last couple of months, of course, the last couple of days notwithstanding, but secondary markets have been going and reaching all-time highs. And this reflects in the primary market activity as well. In terms of the pipeline that you were referring to, as of now, there are 31 companies which already have SEBI approval, which are looking to raise close to 40,000 crores. This includes names like Tata Technology, Indegene, Ebix Cash, Mamaearth as well, and another 38 companies which are awaiting SEBI approval, which are also looking at raising close to 40,000 crores. Of course, so the pipeline remains very strong. In fact, one other important point to note here is in terms of the number of filings to SEBI. This is something that we keep track of as well. And you can already see that, you had 6 filings in June, which went up to 9 in July. And in August, you had 13 filings. So, of course, there's, a lot of companies which are, looking to tap the primary market, given how the overall secondary market is doing. Of course, like we've seen in the past that, things can change very quickly. So it's not necessary that, this entire pipeline will materialize. There can be valuation mismatches. Of course, the market can turn as well, which can, cause a slowdown or a complete halt in the primary market activity as well.
So, Pranav, the interesting bit is there are IPOs coming up in so many upcoming sectors, right? I mean, we were just talking about EMS. It's listed today. It's in this whole water and sewage treatment space, very high growth margin business. What are your thoughts here on some of these spaces? Is there a long runway of growth for some of these newer IPOs? Because the track record hasn't been so great in the past 2 years.
Well, so firstly, what I would like to say is that you have seen a lot of good listings in the last couple of months. In fact, if I just look at this financial year, the average listing gain has been 37%, which compares to 9% last year. And you are actually seeing this translate into more interest from retail as well. The number of applications have gone up from retail from 5.57 lakh last year to 12.5 lakh this year. So you're seeing a lot of interest in the IPO market. Coming to your other question, I think investors are always on the lookout for new stories, and of course if you have companies from new sectors coming at attractive valuations, you will find enough takers both on the institutional side and also on the retail side.
Okay, all right. Pranav, just wanted to get a sense that with this strong pipeline that we have, which are the sectors which are seeing the maximum amount of interest or looking to basically hit the markets?
Well, I think ever since COVID, ever since middle of 2020, when you started seeing huge number of IPOs hitting the market, I think one thing which has been very positive about our market has been, companies from across sectors. Even if I look at the pipeline right now, it's not that you can specifically identify companies from a particular sector, looking at the market more than other sectors. Just some of the names that I was referring to earlier. You also have a new age company like a Mama Earth. At the same time, you have an IT software company like Tata Technologies. You have something in the pharma space in terms of Indegene. So it's extremely broad based, and I think that bodes extremely well for a market.
Okay. Anything else that one can look forward to, in the IPO market, say over the next 12 to 18 months? Any other interesting, IPOs coming through?
Well, we already spoke of the pipeline. What I would just want to say is that, you've seen this multiple times in the past, that, if there is any negative event which impacts the secondary market, it doesn't take very long for, the primary market pipeline to dry up. At the same time, in case if we do continue to see a lot of IPOs, investors should continue to be wary in terms of, which companies they're investing in and what are the valuations that they're coming in. You've seen this, several times in the past. In fact, very recently with all the new age companies as well, which had tremendous response. But, a lot of investors are still sitting on, market losses. So one should not get carried away in the euphoria. You will, see these windows where, you have a lot of IPO activity bunched up, but one needs to evaluate every single IPO on its own merit. And IPO is about two factors. One is the quality of the company, and second is the valuation at which it's coming. And both of these are extremely important, and investors need to look out for these factors.
Okay, well, that's an important point that you make, Pranav, before we let you go. So just wanted your sense, while we do have this 40,000 crores plus that have filed, it's possible that it might not even come through simply because, there could be a correction in the markets and that could deter sentiment. But thanks very much, Pranav, for joining in and speaking to us. It's always interesting to get the statistics about the IPO market and a refresher on that. Thanks very much for joining in and talking to us. Well, we need to take a short break, but on the other side, Jay Thakkar of Sharekhan will join in with some of his trading strategies.